Hi, today we want to look at 10 tips on how to spot fake news. These are some of the things to look out when you come across some of the news items. Today, we are fed quickly enough with this information on our phones and on our internet and everywhere where we get some news all the time. So, how do you determine that this is authentic? And these are some of the 10 tips I want to share with you today on how to spot if it's true or fake news. Join me right now. My name is Anes and welcome back for that small intro. You see, we want to create a platform. We have started a new journey of mobile journalism and we want to create a platform. And before we do that, we have to make sure that our listeners and our viewers like you get informed on how to verify whether the stories are correct or authentic or they are fake. Now, these are the simple tips on how to know this news is fake. Be skeptical of the headlines. At times, fake news have catchy, interesting news headlines. The news headlines can be something very interesting and catchy, and it might be talking about something that is so interesting. So, be cautious. It could be fake. So, first of all, this first thing you have to look for is the headlines. The second tip is look closely to the URL, the link to the website or to the news. So in most cases we are fed with news. You find there is a link there. There's something like called HTTPS. That one means it is the S at the end means secure, and when it is HTTP, it's not secure. First of all, it's not authentic. The website itself has issues, meaning it's not secure by Google. So make sure you check the URL and read closely. Where does it lead? There are some news we get, and then when you click on them, they might bring some malware softwares to your smartphone or to your gadget or even to your computer. So be careful with some of the links and URL that you'll come across when you find a very interesting heading. Looking at it, it's so interesting, but wait, check the link URL. Those are HTTPS, they are slash buttons, and then the headline. And then before you do that, check whether that HTTPS, it has an S at the end. Though that might not be guaranteed, but also be cautious. We have even some authentic news items with very good, very secure URL, but still they are fake. So continue listening. There are some other things, not necessarily the URL, but that is just one of them. Now, the third point is this: always check the source of the news. At times, the source might be just a scrupulous source of it, and then you say, oh, there is something. No, I don't believe in this. So you first of all also think and say, which source? Where does it come from? Especially when in a country where it's democratic, or in a society where it's democratic, we have sources of news, we have stations, TV stations, we have magazines, we have stories, we have journalists who are certified in the country. So they are given a mandate to publish news stories. They understand the law of the country, so they know. So an authentic source which has been producing sources of news all the time, that one can tell you there's something happening. But if it's not, it's just some made up quickly news item and the news source which is not that authentic, then you have to raise an alarm and be cautious with sharing such a news, because it might bring you a problem, right? Number 4 is check out unusual formatting. At times, you might check there are some errors of writing, some errors of names of people. You can see the way it's just written, how they're flowing with their language. It seems this news is not authentic. It's not true. So it should be fake. So first of all, the fake news, it's made up quickly enough so that it can spread. Maybe they want something just to spread. It might be something written just to tarnish someone's name. So you look at how it's written, the language and the formatting, how it's flowing. These are some of the things you have to check and see the formatting style. That one, it shows it is fake. Now the fifth part of checking whether the news is fake is consider the photos attached to the news item. The headline can be good, maybe the URL is fine. Then you look at also the source is okay, but when you look at the photos attached to the news item, they might be so fake that it's just unscrupulous. They're just made up photos, images, trying to figure out who is this, and they're just connecting so that the story can be correct. Okay, so always look at even the images connected to the news headline. And at times it can be when you check the source and check also the source of the photos, you can check on your URL. I'll think one of these fine days we shall make a video on how to authentically find if these photos are made up or the photos were taken and original images of a news item. Now, if you find this interesting, Honest Digits, and now we are changing our story, we are now mobile journalism, and we are using a smartphone to tell stories, make sure you check in on Honest Digits and subscribe, because this is gonna be interesting. We want to move out right now. So join my community and subscribe now if you haven't, so that you get all these tips all the time whenever I post them. Now, number 6, inspect the dates. So make sure you inspect the dates of a news item. There are some dates connected to events which are not flowing, right? You'll see dates like, for example, it can be something that happened last week, but today they have written today. Maybe you are aware, and then when you confirm, you see, oh, no, the dates are not making sense. So you'll find that this one is fake. Number 7 item, check the evidence. Confirm the evidence, whether it is true or not. How do you do this? The evidence, you keep an eye to the sources, like the above things, the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the 6th things I checked. You'll see there is something that is flowing over this, and this is the evidence. Now you start now confirming whether the source is good. Now these are the evidence that you're getting to make sure that you authentically understand this is fake. When you see something which is not the correct one among the 7th or the 6th things I've touched, you'll know this is fake. It's fake. Now, point number 8, how to point out and know this is fake news. You have to compare some of the news sources and reports. We have different types of media companies, print, magazines, and everywhere. At times, you'll find that news that has appeared on a certain TV station will be aired on radio, will be also be aired on national TV, and also be written on national newspapers. So these are some of the areas you can even look out, or if you have connection, you can call and ask. You can see it and also compare with the same other journalists, or listen to other news items, BBC and other bigger international news broadcasters. You'll understand and see, oh, in fact, this is true. Though that does not mean that they are always 100%, because most of these news broadcasters and international broadcasters, some of them, they have cases pending in the courts. So maybe they gave out a story which was not correctly investigated. So, but at times, because they have been in the industry for such a long time, they always get to the bottom of the story, get to the bottom of everything before they publish, and they have the capability, the skills, and the expertise to understand how to approach giving out stories. Check out whether it's just a joke. At times, someone can just post something or can write about something and it's just a joke, so it's not news, right? Number 10 is some other news are just false news. And fake is just fake. You just look at the item, look at the headlines, look at some of the news, and then how it's just done. You eventually, by conscious and by yourself, people who are like a consumer of news, you eventually see this one is fake. So those are some of the things, the tips that to show that a news item is fake. So make sure you check out Honest Digits and watch some of the videos. We have been talking about how to make money online, and now we are changing face to Honest Digits and mobile journalism, and seeing how we can change our society using our smartphones, on how we tell our own stories using our smartphone or pocket studios to our audiences. So if you are a journalist, and if you are a student journalist and you want to know how to use your smartphone to make money or use your smartphone to share out stories, I'll be continuing the two so that we can connect on how we can change our society using our smartphones. My name is Honest, so go to Honest Digits or to phone Honest mobile journalism, how to change your stories, how to tell your stories using a smartphone. Subscribe. I'm waiting. Make sure you subscribe. Is it interesting? So what do? Go down there to the icon. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. There's something like a bell, and then we shall be good to go. Join our community. See you in the next video. My name is Honest.